The movie opens with a young, terrified woman named Polly sitting in her neighbor Tara's house. She explains to Tara that she tried so hard to stop it. She even banged her head against the wall, but nothing changed. Tara asks her what she wants, to which Polly says that she wants it to stop. After this movie shifts back to the time when all this started. Polly returns home from the market with essential food items. She lives alone in the house, with no friends, no social contacts, and nothing else to fill her dreary, secluded life. Lying on the couch, she opens Instagram and likes a photo of her niece Allie on her birthday. Later, she practices for upcoming job interviews while drinking at the dining table. She hears the doorbell while warming herself near the hearth. Polly answers the door and finds an elderly woman standing on the doorstep. The seemingly lost and disoriented lady tells Polly that a cab dropped her off there. Polly, showing humanity, takes the woman inside the house as she was shivering with cold. The woman asks Polly for a glass of water and strangely looks around the house. Here we see that the woman's hand is gravely wounded while carrying a bag.
I'm sorry.
Shortly, Polly brings her a glass of water and asks her to sit down. The woman tells Polly that she has her son's phone number, using which she can call him. The lady spots several family photos on the wall that prompts her to ask Polly if she is married. Polly answers no, explaining that her sister and brother-in-law have rented this house to her as they have moved to a bigger one across town with their little daughter. Suddenly, the elderly woman says that she is going to start now, leaving Polly perplexed.
I'm gonna start now.
Polly asks the lady if she is okay and offers to call her son if she provides her his number. Meanwhile, the lady pulls a black box from her bag and places it on the table while telling Polly that this box belongs to her now.
This will be for you now.
The lady opens the box and takes out an hourglass, telling Polly that she is going to die tonight.
Die.
Polly freezes in fear, unable to speak even a single word. Scared, Polly asks her to leave and threatens her to call the police if she doesn't, but the elderly lady warns her not to even by mistake. Polly hurriedly puts the hourglass back into the box and forces the lady out of her house with it. The woman says Polly's name, leaving Polly stunned. Polly asks her how she knows her name, to which she replies that she once thought it was just a nightmare and that she couldn't wake up, and she hopes Polly will experience the same. Polly gets inside the house and locks the door. She looks out the window, but the mysterious lady had already gone, leaving her box on the road. Polly's mother calls her, and Polly tells her everything about the uncanny woman. Polly opens the door and finds the box lying on the silent road. She approaches it and looks around, trying to find where the elderly lady has gone. Polly tells her mother that she wants to call the police to look into the matter, but her mother asks her not to, saying that everything is fine. Then Polly reveals that the elderly woman told her she would die tonight, but her mother asks her to focus on her upcoming interview instead. Polly goes back inside the house and hangs up. She takes a shower, takes her picture, and prepares for tomorrow's interview. Later, she becomes engrossed in looking at her photos on her phone. Just then, a mysterious figure appears in the mirror, and shortly afterward, it freaks out Polly. Shaken with fear, Polly rushes down the stairs. She smokes a cigarette and answers her mother's call. She tells her mother that she felt someone was upstairs behind her, but her mother asks her to calm down and put out the cigarette. While continuing to talk to her mother on the phone, Polly nervously goes upstairs and enters her room. There, she checks the closet and looks under the bed to find the mysterious entity, but there is no one in the room. Polly assumes it was her hallucination and shrugs it off. She returns to the fireplace to warm herself and continues talking to her mother on the phone. Not long after, she notices the same black box that had been on the road moments ago, now placed on her table, and immediately informs her mother about it.
Maybe you carried it back.
Why don't you believe me?
Honey, Polly.
Polly opens the box and discovers an hourglass inside. She is confused because the sand inside the hourglass is not falling. She tells her mother about it, and her mother responds that it is because she hasn't started yet.
Mom, stop it.
Are you listening? So slow.
Polly is shocked upon hearing this, and it is revealed that it is not her mother who has been talking to her, but someone else. The evil woman on the line says to Polly, "You are going to die." Soon, the doorbell begins ringing repeatedly, and someone starts banging on the door, leaving Polly extremely frightened. The mysterious caller phones again and says to Polly, "We know everything about you, how you can't make a choice that truly matters, and how you've never held a job for more than 4 months." The unidentified woman asks Polly to go and look at the box. She adds that 3 things must go inside it. First, something she hates. Second, something she needs. And last, something she loves. With this revelation, the sand inside the hourglass begins to fall, revealing that Polly must find the answers to these 3 puzzles before the sand runs out or she will die. Polly takes a close look at the box and thinks hard, trying to solve the 3 riddles. Something she hates, something she needs, and something she loves. She looks at her half-burned cigarette, thinking that she hates smoking the most. She puts the cigarette box into the black box and closes it. Seconds later, she opens the box and finds that the cigarette box is still inside, meaning smoking is not the thing she hates while the sand inside the hourglass continues to fall at high speed. Suddenly, Polly begins choking and collapses to the floor. Soon, a key emerges from her mouth and she passes out. Sometime later, Polly desperately knocks on her neighbor's door, seeking help and begging to use their phone to call the police. Mrs. Bath lets her in and asks her to wait, as she is already talking to her husband on the phone. Instead of giving Polly the phone, Mrs. Bath hands her a cup of coffee. Meanwhile, Mrs. Bath receives a phone call from the police department inquiring about Polly. This raises the question of how the police knew Polly was at Mrs. Bath's house. Not long after, the mystery is solved when Mrs. Bath becomes possessed by an evil force that compels her to stab herself with a kitchen knife. Mrs. Bath tells Polly, "We are everywhere," before taking her own life, leaving Polly standing there in terror. Polly returns home in a panic and smokes a cigarette, revealing herself to be a chain smoker. She throws the box off the table in frustration and begins to leave. But to her shock, the box reappears on the table. Meanwhile, Polly's phone starts ringing loudly, and she is horrified to discover that the caller is her late father. Polly tells the evil presence that she did what it asked. The voice reminds her that she must put something she hates into the box, not something she merely believes she should hate. The voice assures Polly that she already knows the answer and asks her what she lost on the day her father died. Polly picks up the key that came out of her body and walks into the closet. She unlocks a drawer containing her childhood photos with her father and looks at them, unaware that the door has been shut by an intangible force behind her. She notices a locket around her father's neck in one of the photos and finds the same locket hidden in the drawer. As soon as she takes it, the lights begin to flicker strangely. She tries to leave the room but finds the door jammed. Suddenly, an evil hand creeps up behind her, terrifying Polly. It is Polly's devil father who attacks her and forces her out of the room. Polly puts her father's locket into the box and closes it. Shortly afterward, she opens the box and sees that the locket is gone. With this, the hourglass turns upside down, giving Polly a new life until she finds the answer to the second riddle. Polly hears a woman's voice in the room and looks around to find its source. It turns out to be none other than Polly's evil reflection in the mirror. Her evil reflection constantly says to her, while holding a pair of shears, "You are dead." Soon after, the shears mysteriously appear in Polly's hand. Laney, Polly's sister, phones her and tells her that she has been calling for the last 20 minutes. Polly asks her how she can believe that she is really Laney. Laney then explains that it is she who called her 5 times and told her that someone had died. Polly insists that she never called her, but Laney claims that she did. Meanwhile, the evil Polly arrives at Laney's house. Polly begs Laney not to let her in, warning her that it is not really her. However, Laney does not listen and hangs up the phone. Polly rushes to the door to reach Laney's home, but someone locks it every time she tries to open it. In desperation, she flings a stool at the window, but it does not shatter and remains intact. With no other option, Polly approaches the box and asks what she needs. Soon, the box responds by turning on the TV, which shows Polly and her niece, Allie, playing together. In the video, Polly sees herself mercilessly cutting off Allie's toes. Disturbed, Polly unplugs the TV, but to her horror, it does not turn off, forcing her to watch something she has never done to Allie in real life. In truth, the evil wants Polly to cut off her own toes, the same way she cut off Allie's toes in the video. Desperate to stop it, Polly follows the video and inflicts pain on herself by cutting off her toe. She takes her severed toe and places it inside the box to satisfy the evil. As she closes the box, the power in the house goes out. Polly rushes to the kitchen and bandages her bleeding foot, unaware that a stalking evil spirit is about to frighten her.
Quit your crying.
She opens the box again and finds that her toe is still inside, which sends her into panic. At that moment, the TV switches on automatically. Polly approaches her reflection and asks what it wants. The evil reflection signals her to cut off her index finger. Meanwhile, the sand in the hourglass is about to run out, and Polly must cut off her finger before it completely empties, or she will die. With no other choice, Polly reluctantly amputates her finger, enduring excruciating pain. She takes her severed finger and drops it into the box, and once again, the power goes out, plunging the entire house into darkness. Saying something I need, she opens the box and sees that the finger is no longer inside the box, meaning she has unraveled the second puzzle. With this, the hourglass is turned upside down. The main door opens on its own for Polly. Polly hurries out to Laney's home and bursts in. She looks around to search for Laney and her daughter Allie, who are nowhere to be seen while the music plays very loudly inside. She rushes upstairs and goes into Laney's room only to find her lying dead in her bed. Polly then dashes to Allie's room, but Allie was also lying motionless in her bed, prompting Polly to burst into tears. Polly comes downstairs and stops the piano. She spots the sinister black box on the floor in Laney's home. She crawls to it and hurls it at the wall in fury. Just then, all the phones inside Laney's home begin ringing simultaneously. Polly picks up one of the phones and answers the call. It is Allie on the line, who asks Polly to do something to finish off the last task. Polly grabs a knife and goes upstairs into Allie's room. She cuts Allie's hair and comes back to the box. She puts Allie's hair into the box, while Allie's evil self is on the line. Saying, "I will always love you, Allie," Polly drops Allie's hair into the box and closes it and begins to wait for the hair to disappear. Shortly afterward, she opens the box and sees that the hair is gone, meaning she really loves Allie. Meanwhile, she hears loud thuds from upstairs and grows scared. Soon Laney comes down and meets Polly, but Polly isn't convinced that the entity who just came down is Laney and rushes upstairs into Allie's room. Polly wakes her up and apologizes to her for being silly with her. Soon Polly is shocked to see that it's not Allie, but the evil that has been torturing her. The evil Allie sits on Polly's bust and stabs her, sending her back to the box. Polly cries and tells the box that she did everything that it asked her to do. Despite this, the evil events continued. Polly desperately pulls off her ring and puts it into the box, hoping that it may stop this evil process. The box accepts her ring, but the process doesn't stop. So Polly puts some drops of her blood into the box in order to stop it, but just then, her hand is grabbed by an evil entity that begins to drag Polly into the cursed box. However, Polly somehow manages to liberate herself and thinks hard how she can get rid of this box, repeating the same process that the elderly used to get rid of the box. In the middle of the night, Polly knocks on her neighbors' doors one after another to seek help, but no one answers them. Meanwhile, the lights inside a house turn on. Polly quickly goes and rings the doorbell. A young girl named Tara opens the door and finds Polly outside. Polly tells Tara that she was supposed to drop something off her sister's just down the street, but she has forgotten her key. Polly urges Tara to let her in for a while. Tara reluctantly lets her in and asks Polly if she is all right. Polly says no and asks Tara to forgive her for bothering her so late at night. Tara picks up her phone and leaves, telling Polly she will be back in a while. Polly takes out the cursed box from her bag and places it on the table. She then pulls out the hourglass from the box and puts it on the table. Meanwhile, Tara returns with a cup of tea for Polly. Tara asks Polly what the box is for. In response, Polly says Tara's name, shocking Tara, as she still hasn't told Polly her name. Disconcerted, Tara humbly asks Polly to leave her house, but Polly says to her, "You will understand my problem very soon." Then Tara asks her what's happening to her. Polly explains that she tried so hard to stop it but couldn't. Now is the same scene that we saw in the beginning of this movie when Polly was explaining herself away to Tara. Tara asks Polly what she wants. Then Polly says, "I am going to start now," and she says to Tara, "The box belongs to you now."
I'm going to start now. I think they know. This belongs to you now. Look, I was just... You're going to die.
Polly gets up and says to Tara, "You are going to die." After getting rid of the cursed box, Polly returns home and sits near the fireplace. Meanwhile, the same elderly woman appears in her house who had started all this mess. The woman startles Polly and says to her, "The box has chosen me to kill you." Saying this, the woman goes at Polly with a pair of scissors and stabs her in the arm. Polly counterattacks her with a knife and stabs her back, making her collapse to the floor. To finish the job completely, Polly stabs the woman again, gravely wounding her. Polly asks the woman why she chose her. The woman reveals that no one ever knocked on her door, but once someone knocked on her door and left the box. The woman adds that she could have knocked anywhere, but she chose Polly's house and believes that it's not they, but the box that chooses them after spotting them broken. Before dying, the woman advises Polly not to be afraid of dying as the box and the sand feed on fear. In the end, the woman thanks Polly for being nice to her and dies. Polly sees herself and the woman in the house, and the woman had also seen her when she stepped into the house in order to seek help from Polly. The woman knew everything that would happen to Polly when she left. The sand inside the hourglass begins to fall at high speed, and Polly must let go of her fears before it ends. In truth, Polly had a troubling and painful experience with her parents, which she has been carrying with her all along. Just then, the sand runs out and it becomes dark. In the morning, Polly wakes up, meaning she has overcome all the fears that she has been carrying with her. She comes out of her house and sees Mrs. Bath dumping the trash into the dumpster. This signals that everything has become normal since Polly has accepted herself. Afterward, Polly arrives at Laney's home and holds Allie in her arms as she loves her the most.
I was pissed at you.
Allie tells her that her mother, Laney, is pissed at her, to which Polly replies that Laney is always pissed at her. Polly arrives at Tara's house and rings the doorbell. Tara answers it, and Polly asks her to return the cursed box, but Tara refuses to identify her and shuts the door, leaving Polly stunned. Polly returns to Allie, but Laney takes her daughter and leaves just as she sees Polly. Polly receives a phone call, but she leaves it unanswered. Inside Tara's house, Tara has written, "Tell no one, trust no one, and listen to no one," on the wall with her blood. She repeats the same process with the box, using her gravely wounded hands, just as Polly and the woman once did. To stop all of this, Tara has killed her parents too.